all members of the tailgate party. Let's pop a beer and get the campaign started. We're coast to coast, across the nation. Everybody's joining the tailgation, so bring your friends. Everybody's with.
Hi, this is Dave with tailgatingideas.com, and normally when I do these videos, it's normally a product demonstration, but today it's going to be an actual demonstration of a turkey fryer, because there's hundreds of thousands of people out there are going to want to deep fry a turkey on Thanksgiving or a special occasion, maybe even while tailgating out in the parking lot. But most of them are fearful of the fact of using hot oil, and they're not really familiar with it. So there's a lot of people out there looking for that information. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to deep fat fry a turkey, do it safely and do it smartly, and also how it's going to be able to turn out great. So what we've got here is we've just got our regular outside turkey burner, and some of the tips that you want to be able to make sure you wear long pants and actually shoes if you're going to be doing it outdoors. Sometimes people want to wear shorts or flip-flops, and I would advise against that just because of the potential splatter and potential burns on your feet. But what you're going to have is your turkey burner, and then also you're going to have your fuel source, and most turkey burners run off of a propane tank. And this propane tank is one that I prefer because it's a translucent propane tank, so you can exactly see how much level of propane is in there, so you know that you're probably not going to run out halfway through and you're not going to have to try to switch out the tanks. This one is about halfway full right here, as you can see, and if you want more information about this propane tank, I'll include that link in the description on the video. But all you do is you hook up your turkey burner just like you normally would, turn on your propane, and then on this particular turkey burner, this is the valve that monitors the amount of propane and the flow. You're going to want to bring in your ignition source first before you actually turn on the propane, and just turn it on real slowly. And as you can see, I've got a nice clean seal on my propane tank, which is giving me a nice blue flame with some small yellow tips. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it pretty low to start. And what I've done is I've already pre-measured my oil, and how you do that is, and if you can see the level of oil that I have in there, it's not 100% full. What we've done is we've taken the oil, and I took my turkey out of the bag, placed it in this pot, and filled it full of water. Then removed the turkey, and the remaining water shows me the level of where I should have my oil. That way you don't overfill it, and when you submerge your turkey in there, it doesn't overflow. So that's one of the easiest ways to know exactly the size turkey and how much oil you need for the size of turkey. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this to get it warm a little bit faster. And in probably about 10 or 15 minutes, the oil is going to be around 300 to 350 degrees, which is the ideal temperature that we want to have. And then we'll submerge our turkey and we'll start cooking. And normally you want to have your turkey cooking between 3 to 4 minutes per pound. So that's one of the other rules that you want to follow. So we're going to get this burner, we're going to get the oil hot enough, and then we'll bring our turkey up. Okay, so we're back, and I put the temperature gauge in. I've actually put the thermometer in, and the range where you want to be able to have your oil at is between 300 and 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, when you first get your oil hot, you want to start at about 350 on the high end, because when you take a bird that is either room temperature or still a little bit cold, it's going to bring your oil down pretty quick, so you want to be on the high end when you first start. And you want to probably be able to keep the range around 325 throughout, but start with the high end. One of the other safety features and safety tips that I want to make sure that you know is never deep fry a frozen turkey. You will have an explosion and a volcano of fire that you will not believe. Also, make sure that your turkey is extremely dry. Pat it dry, rinse it out and dry it. Let it sit out maybe for about an hour or so before you put it in there, because obviously you don't want to have it too hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the thermometer out, and oh yeah, by the way, have a fire extinguisher on hand just in case. Hopefully it's one of those things that you won't have to use it, but It's good to have on hand when you do need it, but we won't need it today. So I have a hook, and obviously here's our turkey. It's a 21 pound turkey. And when you first put it in the fryer, you want to lower it in 25%, take it back out, 50%, take it back out, 75%, take it back out, and then all the way submerged. So you don't want to just dunk it in there, even though we know what level we're going to be able to have with the oil. You never want to just submerge it automatically. So what you'll be able to do is the first dunk coming in, we'll get the wings in here. And that's going to bring the temperature down a little bit. Now I'm about 50% in. This is extremely important. I know it might be a little bit boring and you just want to drop it in and get it cooking, but this is extremely important to make sure that you don't just drop it in and set it and forget it. Now we've got our turkey in there. And this turkey being about 21 pounds, we're going to cook it for about 75 to 80 minutes. And that's judging at about 3.5 to 4 minutes per pound. So we're going to keep this, let it go, and we'll check back once it's done. Okay, so the turkey has been in for about 20 minutes, and we're maintaining about a 325 temperature right now. As you can see, it's completely and totally submerged. And we're just going to adjust the fuel level to keep it maintained right in that green area so it doesn't get too hot or too cold for probably about the next 55 to 50 minutes. So it's been about 75 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes since we originally first submerged the bird. We've been maintaining it between 300 and 350, kind of been about the 325 range. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, the tops of the drumsticks are poking out of the top, and the top of the hook, I'm going to be able to grab it. So when you take it out, you're going to want to take it out just as slowly, because you want to make sure that all of the oil that's in the center cavity drains 100% all the way out. So as you can take it out here, you can see that it's a nice golden brown. And because you want to be able to make sure that it's 100% cooked all the way through, poultry, you're going to want to be able to test at about 165 to 175 degrees is the perfect temperature. So we're going to take our digital thermometer here, and on Thanksgiving Day here in Southern California at 62, 63 degrees. So we're going to want to test the breast here, see what kind of a temperature we're able to get to. Looks like we might be able to put it back in the oil just a little bit. Let's test another spot to make sure that we got a good spot. There's the better spot. And we're right at that perfect temperature. So that's it. That's how you deep fry a turkey. If you want more information about it, or if you have any more questions, feel free to visit my website, tailgatingideas.com. And we'll see you soon.
We're all members of the tailgate